Test, test. The direction is going to be, if no one is doing it, then I'm going to be doing it. All right, guys, hope everyone got some food. If you haven't, come on in as soon as you get your food. We've got to cover a lot of stuff. We've got a couple of big things. One, we've got the sellers survey. We're going to find out why sellers picked their agent. But also, we're going to talk about the new Trek rule that came out just this week. And it's mandatory, and they're taking this pretty serious. And we'll get into all of that. We have an antidote to their situation, and it's going to work very well. It won't cost our agents anything, those that are newer agents. We're going to make it a win-win, but it's important that you understand what the rules are, and we're going to cover those. Thank you. So today, I have no Brenda. Yeah, and here's the reason why. I want everyone to hear this. There has got to be accountability, right? This isn't some sheet, it's me. I need to have accountability. And just like you, I have to lead generate every day. And when I don't lead generate, there needs to be consequences. Last week, I did not have 5 capper appointments, which is my new coach, Attila the Hun, we call him, said, you'll have consequences if you don't. I didn't have 4, I didn't have 3, I had 2. And that wasn't enough. He said, so Brenda, if he doesn't have it, you get the day off. What would be the most painful day to not have Brenda? Well, I'm going to get it. It's team meeting day. He goes, good. And then yesterday, I'm like, are you really not going to show? And she goes, he told me I'm not allowed to. So there's consequences for everybody on lead gen. By the way, when you have a transaction and that other agent is in culture, they're pretty nice, we would love to talk with them. I don't want to lose Brenda on the next team meeting day. All right. As we always focus on our priorities, we feel are right with God, family, then business. We don't care who your God is. But that's our priorities. That's the way we rank them. Everybody, please silence your phones. And if we could, can we close that door? All right. This will be our last team meeting of the year. So we're going to go out with some great information. Do we have any guests here? Anybody that's not an agent with us right now? Okay. All right. Fantastic. Hey, welcome everybody. We're not using Duracell? What's going on? All right. Alamo Title, come on up. Kathy Crittenden. Kathy is with our Uptown office of Alamo Title. She's very particular about this.
Hi, everybody. Kathy Crittenden, one of the business development reps for Alamo Titles. 3 branches that are here today. I represent the Uptown office. My team member is Lynn Sullivan. She's my escrow officer over there at our office. Just a little bit about her. Her international experience and background is really strong. So if you deal with international clients, she's definitely someone that you would want to reach out to. Not only that, but other residential commercial as well. Joining us also without Lori Graff, and y'all come up. Lori Graff and Shane Mathis. Shane just recently joined our memorial team. We're right around the corner, so basically we have y'all surrounded. Anyhow, so Lori and Shane are over at our memorial office, just over here off the Katy Freeway. We also have our inner loop off of Richmond. We were the Post Oak Galleria, but now that office has moved inner loop on Richmond, and that is with Myrna Espinosa. She is a real estate attorney and also bilingual, so she speaks Spanish. And then also over there is Martha Lev. So definitely a great group of people. We really, really would love the opportunity to work with all of you, get to know you. Several of you, we already have that relationship, so we're thrilled that you're here. But anything that you need, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're going to have a lot of great events next year, meeting with speakers, things of value. So we can't wait to see you all there. Happy New Year.
And guys, take a look at the grub you're eating. Kind of nice, right? That's them.
It's a little healthy, a little not so healthy, and you know.
Not a lot healthy on that, but it's very nice.
So thank you, Michael. We appreciate being back.
Well, you
Thanks,
guys,
everybody.
thank you. Great to have
and
you,
remember
Lori.
the Alamo next time.
Lord. Remember the Alamo. I lost it. All right, Debbie, we got cards going around. So does everybody have the cards?
No, not yet.
Okay, so guys, I'm going to let you talk about this, but just know we need you to sign those cards. In fact, why don't we get them, where are they at? Okay, So
what we're
can we
doing-
have 2 rows
Yeah,
going, or so?
We can get a bunch. So you know that Dawn, her son's in the military overseas, and we wanted to she offered us to be able to do greeting cards and send them overseas, and she'll get them out to the military people for us. So we've picked up a bunch of cards for you all. Just sign your name to them. They'll go over to a serviceman overseas through Dawn. So thank you very much, Dawn. I also wanted to make sure that you all know that we're still doing a toy drive. It's going to be discussed later, but there's toy boxes all around the place, and we're doing that for Sutton Elementary, but I'm going to let them talk about that later. This is Claudia. Claudia is a loan officer that's working with me, and we're right here across from the agent services office. Claudia is bilingual, and we've already tried to get around and visit with quite a few all, but she has joined my team as a loan officer to help you with your bilingual needs. Other than me saying what, I can now have Claudia talk to them. I look like Michael in that video. So a couple of things that we're doing. I know.
That was a good video.
It was a good video. I love that video. Oh, who had that phone? Who's got that phone going on? $10? Okay. So I just want to real quickly also tell you that I want to thank you all for all your patience while we've been transitioning to Envoy Mortgage. It has been such a breath of fresh air, and I so
Are they
enjoy my
closing
company.
loans with you?
They are we've already closed 2 loans, and what's really, really nice, we've got 5 more coming up this month.
Nice, okay.
But what's nice about us, and I mentioned it at the last meeting, those of you especially worried about the end of the year closings where they're all backed up trying to get funded, just keep in mind that when you're closing with Envoy, as soon as we have confirmation at the title company that both parties have signed, the loan funds. We do not have to send our papers to the closing, to the mortgage company like you all are used to. That can save hours at your closings. Okay?
Absolutely. So you table fund?
We table fund, yes.
Okay.
And our corporate office is right here. So some of the things we're going to be doing in January, Claudia is going to be teaching a class. We are reaching out to everybody about some Spanish-speaking classes. And if you guys want to do any kind of client parties or client classes, homebuyer classes, we can now do them in Spanish as well as English. I just put one on about 2 weekends ago. It went really nice, but she's going to be doing them for Spanish speakers, okay? She'll have all the materials. We can joint market flyers, everything that you need. Just please stay in touch with her. We've also got, we're going to be having Alex Massa coming out. He's one of our appraisers.
Awesome.
And we're
Inotech
gonna be
Appraisals.
talking- Yes, Inotech Appraisals. We're bringing them out in January. We're going to be talking about the high profile, the jumbo, the luxury homes and how to price them really nice now going into the new year. We're also having a financial planning class. That will be off-site, but we're going to be, y'all need to think about retirement. One of the things that was stressing me really bad was I didn't think I could retire, and it probably does the same thing to you all. It puts extra pressure, and especially the young people. If you guys could be thinking about how to invest your money smarter so that you've got retirement, now's the time to be doing that. We're going to be doing a class. We're going to be taking that one out to Perry's Steakhouse at lunch.
Nice.
Okay?
All right. That's
So
stepping it
just
up.
keep everything updated, okay? Thank you.
All right.
And Merry Christmas.
Merry
Happy holidays.
Christmas. All right, real quick.
Sorry, everybody, me again. We also have another phenomenal rep who represents our Galleria or the Richmond office and the Memorial office, and her name is Katie Pfister. She couldn't be here today, so I just wanted to let you all know, so there's 2 of us. So we're happy to be here. Thanks
You ever
so
see
much.
the movie Napoleon Dynamite? Anybody ever see that? Where the girl comes in, she's the blonde girl, and it's like, oh yeah, we don't want to have chimichangas in there. Come and vote for whatever her name was.
Sunshine,
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Hey, we have a guest. Is she on? I thought I was going to be ready. Do you have video? All right, so we're being stalked right now. Is she there? Hello? Hey, we can see you.
Can you?
Yeah. Oh my God, I can't believe you wore that. Oh my God. You know the camera's on, right?
I can't see you guys.
I-
I mean, I can't see me either.
You can't see either? Okay, you can't see. Anyways, I just told them the consequences of not lead generating. So Brenda, is it important that I lead generate every day?
Yes.
And it's important that you lead generate every day too. What are you doing today?
I'm hanging out with my cat right now.
Yeah, how nice. Okay. Yeah. So you know how our priorities are God, family, then business? Let's take that family part out and please send me leads. That's all I'm asking for. All right, Brenda, thank you so much for all that you do. Enjoy your day off.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay.
Bye.
Yeah. Hang up on her. I know. How about that? Well, I'll take your leads. All right. I do appreciate that. All right, our platinum advertisers, 210 Home Warranty Kimberly. We've got North American Title with Deanna. Please shout out if you're here. Okay. Frontier Title with Lindsay and Sarah. Hercules Movers, Elad, and One Nation Title, rep to be determined, and One Guard Home Warranty with Misty Stallings. You guys, thank you for always being there. We've got some functions coming up. We always go to you guys for money, and you guys have been so great about it. If you're preferred partners, you know, we made a deal. We've got a big luxury deal going on, a big luxury reveal. I went to our preferred partners, and a number of them said, hey, yeah, I want to take care of this. I want to help you guys out. Our Christmas parties, all that stuff is sponsored by their monthly amounts that they are all paying, and we're very grateful for that. So thank you. Please use them. Please look online. We've got all of them on the website. We've got all of them in your app. When you need a preferred partner, these guys have been vetted. So thank you. Yeah, heck yeah. And in-house concierge with Michelle. Has Michelle been in here? I don't know Michelle yet. I think that'd be a good idea if she came in.
She's great.
Great. I'd love to actually hear it. Chris, come on up, buddy. Chris, you're rounding out the year. How's the year been for you? How long have you been with us?
I've been almost, 9-10 months now?
Scale of 1 to 10. How's it been?
12.
All right, I'll take
How's
it.
everyone doing?
Great.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everybody. So a couple things coming up. I want to let you guys know what's going on. This weekend, does anybody know of a person by the name of Mr. McKinney? The Houston History Bus. Have y'all been on it before? Yes. Okay. He's going to be on the radio show this weekend, on the Real Estate Rat Pack radio show. He has a full hour. He's going to be talking about all the history of Houston. But what we're actually going to be doing is he's giving me a deal to come here. And one of the things we're doing the first quarter of next year, we're taking the Houston History Bus from here with our KW partners. And we're going to do different tours down different areas. Heights, downtown. We're going to be doing Cypress. We're going to be doing Sugarland.
Awesome. Yeah.
It's really cool because one of the things I tell everybody is we're all in real estate. Debbie and I finance real estate, and y'all sell real estate. But it's important to know the history of Houston. Who has actually gone on the bus? How incredible was it?
Oh, it's great.
The River Rose Lights Tour is amazing, isn't it? So if you have a chance, tune in this Saturday. Listen to Mr. McKinney. His first name is Mr., okay, because his parents were hippies, and that's the way they named him. True story. I can't make that stuff up. Mr. McKinney, and it's this Saturday at 9 a.m. But also, I'm going to be putting out some information on the tours we're going to start doing for the first quarter, and so everybody can sign up and let me know which ones you want to do first. And we're going to have the Houston History Bus taking everybody around, and
Awesome.
pretty cool stuff right there. So other than that, we're still closing a lot of deals for you. We appreciate all your business you give us. Still a lot of deals coming in that want to close on the 31st, and yes, we're closing all those deals on the 31st. So give us an opportunity. Morgan's still here. I've got my Spanish speaker and myself as well that's here for you. A couple fun things, facts for everybody who wants to know. Amazon's #1 selling item right now for kids actually is the Pomsey Speckle Plush Interactive Toys. #2 is the Chow Chow game. #3 is the Scruff-a-Loves. So just FYI, have you all heard any of that stuff? Neither have I. You have Scruff-a-Loves? The first one, okay. Lastly, I'd like to leave you guys with a great quote. Today's no difference. Actually, Michael inspired me on this one. It says, as a leader, every action has a consequence. Make sure it is the one you intended.
Feel the salt in the wound. All right. Want to, of course, honor our gold advertiser, Suzanne Brown Agency with Henry Lynn Floyd. Let's switch that around. It's Henry Lynn Floyd, works at Suzanne Brown Agency. Home Warranty of America with Stacy Tierheimer. Goosehead Insurance, Jasmine. Old Republic with Stacy Epps. The Acosta Agency with James Acosta, and Proct Insurance Agency with Scott Proct. Old Republic Home Warranty Protection, Yvonne Apodaca. Mary Lemaster with A-Action Home Inspection Group. Brian and Brian with Tim Kazi. Fix with Rachel Williams. The Hanson Agency, Ron Hanson. And Texas House Check, Robert Hughes. Rounding it out, Houston Property Doctors, Matt Smith. Height Tech Home Inspections, David Height. And do we get more glasses?
Absolutely.
All right, you guys keep giving those old prescriptions to him, and those get doled out. I mean, if you're going to throw something out this year, your old glasses, they will go a long way. And then finally, Leger Insurance with Kathy Leger. Okay. Whoa. Okay. A bunch of rabbits in March. All right. December 11th, Daniel Gabar, Rupo Parich, Destiny Van Lange Donk on the 12th. Woo! Sonra Galani, Sissy May. What happened, man? Ariana Montalongo, Anis Rodriguez, happy birthday. December 13th, Sandra Ferris and Lauren Warren on the 14th. I wasn't prepared for that. Yolanda Ames on the 16th, Chris Bryan. They weren't either. December 17th, Raul Lemus and Ruben Rodriguez on the 18th. Andrew Marlowe, 19th. Rick Ainsworth, 20th. Simin Mohammadadi. December 21st, Linda Aber and Shabnam Jalili. On the 22nd, Patricia Hurtado. Happy birthday. On the 24th, Michael Bosart, Brenda Hernandez, Yang Ling Lee, and Denise Lyons. On the 25th, Ozzy. Who knew Ozzy was a Christmas bird? December 27th, Nidra Powell, Amanda Zima, and Kayla Walker. 28th, Brenda Barzilla, Michael Knowles, Pauline Adutola, I called her on that. December 29th, Dana Johnson, James Silic. On the 30th, Kimberly Hall, Ryan Hunsaker, Stephanie Willis. On the 31st, ending out the year, Monty Foster and Steph Ha. On the 1st, Akin Bologun, Hassan Jaweed, and Sam Nasseri. On the 2nd, Antonio Vicenti, Emily Zachem, Rick Hinton. 3rd, Dominic Barzilla, Luis Flores, Matt Hurricane, and Yvonne Harvin. On the 4th, Alan Saper, Angie Weber, Mary Lee. And on the 5th, Jen Jones, Mary Ellen Townsend. And January 6th, Lisa Cornelius. That's for 3 weeks, guys, but still, that's bigger than usual. Of course, what? I can't talk. King of Drone Films again. You got a big listing, you got some acreage. This is fantastic. Or you want to really get a detailed look inside the property. Very strong. And of course, we have our Matterport tour, $100. You saw last week the girl was charging $300 for the same thing we charge $100 for, and we probably did better. Thank you, David. And we got a ton of these. We're not going to go into this one. In-house transaction coordinators for $325. Here you've got someone that is taking care of all that back-end stuff. And thank you, Don. Where's Don? Don, thank you for doing that. And we are looking for another one, but Don's happy if that person ever comes around. And on the $125 for listings, you do want the backup. Eventually you want to go do something with your life. So you're going to go on vacation, maybe the grandkids having a party. So that's a ton of stuff that they do. Thank you, Don. And Don's information, 832-407-6909. She will gladly take your call. In-house attorney, fantastic. So how much time are you spending helping agents recoup commissions?
I get about maybe 3 or 4 calls a week.
So 3 or 4 calls a week. Any other company, they just don't have the resources. The broker makes a call, it's a little back and forth. Maybe they go to HAR and fight it out, to no avail. How often are you successful?
Pretty successful, probably about 90 to 95%.
Okay, it's pretty cool to have an in-house attorney. That's one of 1,000 things we have him do. So thank you, Hubert. You seem
My
like
pleasure.
you got this thing down. All right, yeah, heck yeah. All right. So Bosar Property Management, of course, that's our property management company. If you have a property that you've sold and now the client says, hey, I'd like to have it, let it out, we'll go ahead and take care of the actual management. You can certainly lease it and make the money on that. We just take care of the back end on that. All right, I'll take some help. We got it. Toastmasters, 10:30. We had a bunch of people show up last week. Keep coming, and eventually you're going to say, okay, I'd love to do a speech. Thursdays, 10:30. Okay, Memorial City Galleria Luncheon, Christmas Party. This is the networking group. The next one is Tuesday, December 11th. That would be today, 6 o'clock at Vino and Vinyl. So this one is at the City Walk in Sugar Land, Texas. Come to that. If you want to get business networking, this is a great place to do it. It doesn't cost you anything. All right, we have our MLS room, of course. We saw a bunch of people in there today. Keep using it. It's got the headsets there. They're not for music. They actually are sound canceling, right? I know somebody was going like, how do I plug this into my thing? You don't. It's just sound canceling. All right, where's our? So Santa, who came to that this week? Anybody else? Is that cool? So guys, feel free. How many people do you think we had?
I'm trying. It won't work. I would say we probably had about 60 kids. It seems
Yeah,
like it.
pretty cool.
And it was
Bring
great.
your clients. Yeah. So there you go. That's
That
pretty good.
works.
Next year, our goal would be 100 kids would be great. This is where you have your clients come. This is kind of a nice thing where they get private Santa. Oh, there's Genevieve.
Kids of all ages.
Yeah, I remember. So I used to do it, and I ended up, that beard just keeps rolling down. So I said, you know what, to heck with it. I'm going to do it for the show. I glued it. It was bad. Crazy glue up close to your nose is toxic.
And Teresa warned me about that too.
Yeah.
So that was
Nice
good.
What a nice setup you guys had. That town square was just jamming. Now watch these. This is the best pick of all of them. All right. Best pick. Look at those kids.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yep.
this ain't Santa. Come on.
That's Eva and Mark. Okay. You know, it was I had a blast doing that.
Yeah.
It was really fun. And what was even more fun is when you have a kid sitting on your lap and you look them in the face and you go, "Can you sing as good as your mom does?" And he looked at me and went, "How did you know my mom sang?"
Yeah.
I'm going, "I'm Santa Claus.
He's creepy
I know
Santa."
everything." You know, but it was so much fun to watch them and watch their reactions and stuff. So I thank you for the opportunity to do that
So
as
glad
well.
you did it. Thank you for
Thank
stepping
you.
up. Yeah, that was awesome. All right, for our culture segment. Where's my culture? Tradition. We got a big party coming up.
Yes, yay. I'm going to let Sharon talk about the party. Anyway, thank all of y'all for coming today, and thank you for coming to get your photos with Santa, those that did. And thank all of you preferred partners. We love you. Thank you for all you do. Okay, let's talk about the party. Well, first of all, before the party, we have the office decorating that starts at 10. Okay, okay. I'll erase it off my calendar. Well, it looks good. I didn't know if we had a special room we were doing or something for the party. Okay.
Okay, guys, the first thing I want you to do, how many people know that we have a party Friday night? Stand up, stand up.
Well, we all know it
Wait a
now.
minute, stand up.
Oh, dear.
Second of all, keep standing.
Okay.
How many people that are standing up that know about the party have RSVP'd? If you haven't RSVP'd, sit down.
Oh. Good job, Wanda. Good job, Nancy.
Thank you. Okay, keep standing up. Keep standing up. How many people that are still standing know that your entry into this party is a toy or a book or a gift card for Sutton Elementary and a homemade dessert?
Wow.
Naomi? So guys, we need to get the word out. We need to know how many of y'all are coming. Kelly's going to talk about the party, but we need to know how many of y'all. Dilsey, are you still standing, babe? Okay. Wait a minute, we haven't talked about that yet. Just a second.
One more thing, you guys. If you do bring a gift card, please put the amount of the gift card on it in like marker if you can, because we've had some come in that don't have the amount on it, and that makes
And guys,
things
if the
very
gift card
difficult.
is $5, it's a gift card,
Yeah.
right? It's
But
not
just
a.
put the number on the front, please. Thank you.
So guys, we really need y'all to RSVP. This party is Michael's favorite party of the year.
My birthday.
He puts a lot of work in. Oh my God, we have to have a birthday present too?
No, we don't.
Oh, okay. Okay. He has open bars.
I grew up with that.
He has
We-
open
we
bars.
have to have a Christmas present and a birthday. No, we don't need anything. But it is open bar.
Open bar. We have, but Kelly's going to go over that. But guys, really, we need to fill those toy boxes up. We want to fill them to the brim. We want y'all to bring these things in. And if you remember last year, you brought your fabulous desserts, and it was a unbelievable dessert room. So we're going to have a fabulous dinner. Kelly, take it.
So wait a minute, what if I don't cook? What if I do desserts, I just don't do it?
Kelly will tell you.
Well, you can bring in anything you want. Who was here last year and saw the dessert room? It was amazing, you guys. It smelled so good in that hallway. So just bring something for everybody to share. If you've got a favorite recipe, great. If you don't bake, no big deal. So the other two things that I want to touch base
Kroger's
with.
is open. Memorial Bakery's open.
Ugly sweater contest. Is McSworley in here? God love you. Did y'all see what he had on last year? It was awful. It was revolting, but it was good. And then we're also going to do our karaoke contest.
No,
Dilsey.
lip sync.
Lip syncing, sorry. Lip syncing. Dilsey's already laid down the gauntlet. So y'all bring some competition. But it's going to be a really fun night. We transformed this room. We've got Christmas music playing. We'll have the DJ. We're going to have food out in the lobby. So please come. But as Sharon said, RSVP, we need to know how many of y'all are coming. Okay? Good? Open bar.
Yeah. And guys, on everything, every category we have, it'll be $100 for the lip sync,
Yeah.
$100 for the best whatever dessert you make. Ugly sweater is $100. So we got first prize for all of them. All right, guys, thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
You guys, there's a culture committee meeting after this. Those of you that can come. Okay, thanks.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, agent on call, Brad Hermes, Claudia Buckaloo, and Cindy Bluestein. They are here to take your calls. So nice that we have so many people, 21, that volunteer every week, 3 at a time. So they're here to just take your calls. Take advantage of that, but not before 8 a.m. and not after 8 p.m., please. All right, property tour. So guys, got a fair number of properties. Hey, Murad, whoa, take it easy there, Tiger. Go back. Murad Fiki.
Hey, how's everybody doing today?
Great.
All right, yes, so we have a few beautiful listings that we want to talk about. We have this one right here on Willcrest in the Energy Corridor in the Wilchester subdivision. Fully renovated and modernized, beautiful home. If you have somebody looking in the area, I appreciate you showing it. It's actually at the best price per square foot on this in the area. Next. We have Sunburst Creek Lane. It is in Pearland in the Southern Trail subdivision. Only a couple years old. This home is practically brand new. I think we have open houses booked every week for the rest of the month. So if anybody's looking in Pearland, love to have you show it. Thanks.
Rod.
Lashbrook Drive, right here, actually about 5 minutes away from the office. Beautiful home in the Energy Corridor, Memorial and Briar Forest area, and it is very competitively priced. A lot of the homes got water during Harvey. This one barely got a little bit just towards the back door. They've already changed out all the flooring, and it's just ready for your buyers. So I appreciate it.
Rod, look at you.
And this is in the Memorial Thicket subdivision, a few minutes away from our Energy Corridor office. It's in the gated community. This whole area was devastated during Harvey, but this home's been fully renovated and remediated. I have all the documentation, and it's been modernized, absolutely gorgeous. It's in a gated community, so you have that added level of security if anybody's looking. I appreciate you show it to your buyers. Thank you.
Rod.
And we have Chisel Ridge, which is also in Southern Trails and Pearland. This is a Trendmaker home, only a few years old and practically brand new and ready for an immediate move-in.
All right, 5. Is that it, Murad?
It was a slow week. What can I say? Thanks.
All right, Pat. Hold on, Pat. I'll let you go.
I'll go this way.
Good job.
This is a beautiful home in Fleetwood. Fleetwood is back. It was devastated by the Barker Reservoir release.
Not the flood, the release.
The release, yes. It does not flood in Fleetwood, but it did. They did suffer the rising water. So it has been completely redone, just as Murad had said. We've got all the documents and remediation and all of the stuff that you need in the testing. Gutted to the studs. It's got more, and I don't have a picture here, but it's got waterfall
on the front of the quartz cabinets in the kitchen. There's quartz throughout in every bathroom, and everything has been done to the nines. Beautiful home, 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, around 3,000 square feet.
All right,
Okay.
Pat.
We rented this out last year because we
I
had
remember
put it. On
it.
the
That was so
market.
much fun. You could swim
This
into the house.
This house is a block outside of Bunker Hill Village. It is not in Memorial. It's in HISD. It is 4,000 square feet. It has got brand new windows as of yesterday. It'll have brand new breaker boxes as of next week. It is gorgeous. The swimming pool is inside the house. I asked the owners, what's it like taking care of a swimming pool? Do we need a swimming pool service? They go, Pat, it's like taking care of bath water. So every 3 weeks I pop a tab into the swimming pool and we're good to go. So it's even if you haven't seen it, bring your clients to see it. It's just a really cool house.
So that's fully enclosed,
It's
the pool?
full, yeah, that's inside. It's got a 3-story.
Gotcha.
In the center of the house, it's got a 3 stories tall and with skylights.
Awesome.
But it's completely enclosed.
Kinda
I need a
interesting,
swimming
huh?
pool. I need a swimming teacher, a therapist, physical therapist, or a athlete by this house.
Okay. All right. Anybody have something coming in the next 7 days that is not already in MLS?
I do.
Okay, well, let's start with you.
Okay. I've got another home in Fleetwood that's coming up. It's going to be $369. It's going to go in MLS probably in the next 2 days. It's more than 3,500 square feet, 4 bedrooms. It might be 5 bedrooms. I'm trying to count. I think it's 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. It's been completely remediated and gutted to the studs, but not redone.
Okay.
So it's an excellent opportunity to put your thing on it.
All right.
Friday, we have a 1-bedroom going on the market at 1201 Bering. It's the first time, I know, it's the first time a 1-bedroom's been on the market in over 5 years. The community is exceptional. The buildings are kept up very well. The roofs, the cement board, the brick, everything looks terrific. This 1-bedroom has unbelievable closets. Due to a family situation, we are listing it at $159,900. That's all I have to say.
All right. Anybody else? Hold on. Just hold on. Okay. Anybody else? All right, here you go.
Hi, I am looking for farm and ranch, preferably like Magnolia or something around there, 2 to 5 acres. I've asked Wendy Klein's team. I've called a bunch of different agents out there. Must be 1 story, must have a pool, can't be on a lake, must have a man cave, vaulted ceilings. This client's just really particular, but around 500 to $1 million. If anyone has anything, please contact me, Deanna. Thank you.
Yeah, sounds like a custom. All right. Anybody else? All right. Anybody can't find something and they're looking for it other than what you just said? Okay. Yes, Murad.
Yeah, so I have a buyer looking in the Galleria area or Upper Kirby up to a maximum budget of 1.4, wants to close by the end of the year. And he doesn't want anything older than 3 years old. So it's a tough find. If you have anything or a pocket listing, we'd be happy to see it because we've pretty much seen everything that's on the market. And that's Upper Kirby, 77027, 77056, maybe 77057. I appreciate it.
Very good. Thank you. All right. Where are we at on the cards? Is everybody signing them? Keep them going. Remember, those are going out today. We want to make sure we're all signed. Okay. So we're going. All right. Help me out, Chris. There you go. All right, guys, let's take a look at what sellers said. Not what you think sellers are saying, what they actually said. 20,000 sellers and buyers. Here's the information. So this is something you probably want to really make sure you pay attention to. All right, so, whoa. So first off, adult composition, mostly married, about 71% sold. Those were the sellers. Breakdown after that, it really drops way down. Single females, predominantly dominate that next category. Okay, first time and repeat. 32% of sellers did it for the first time this year. 68 were repeat. So it represents about a third, 2/3. Homes sold for sale by region. This is kind of interesting. Let's call this the South. Homes sold, 37%, but home is not sold yet and is currently vacant, 44%. We have a big, broad range of properties that are not necessarily selling. Case in point right here. Okay? Home has not yet sold, but currently renting to others, 50%. Everyone else is 10%, 15%, 26%. We have something going on. We haven't seen that before. That is huge. Okay? So just know that people are ready to move on whether their house is sold or not. Size of home purchased, here's where the break even is. The 18 to 34-year-olds, they sold their home, 1,500 square feet. They bought a home 700 feet bigger. You get a little bit older, 35 to 44. The next house you buy starts at 1,800 feet. You sell it, and then you buy a 600 square foot bigger. 45 to 54, now it's kind of breaking even. You're at 2,000 feet, you go to 2,300. At 55 years, it is break even. They bought the same size home. And as you get into the 65 age range, you're getting smaller by 75. 2,000 square feet, you drop to 1,800 square feet. So normal pattern. They're not usually looking to upgrade at 75 years old. Home purchase compared to home recently sold. So money side, they bought it on average, the 18 to 34-year-olds, for about $200,000. They sold it for $280,000. Nice equity, right? $76,000. 35 to 44-year-olds, more equity. They bought that entry level was about $245,000. When they sold a year later, 2 years later, 3 years later, they got $100,000. As you get older, that goes down. 75 years, home sold for, versus home price purchased, the amount that they're getting, the amount that they're doing is a $48,000 on the negative difference side. So let me take this back, because this is a slide that's exactly like another one that's coming up that I took out. They bought bigger, it cost $100,000 more. These guys sold that were older for less because they could certainly use that money, $48,000. Here, primary reason for selling. What is the reason why people sell? Well, the biggest chunk, but very close to second and third, is home is too small. All sellers, 15%. So it's not some dramatic thing. 15%, 1 out of 6, 1 out of 6.5 is saying the home is too small. Want to move closer to family, it's 14%. Job reflow, 13. The home is too large, 10. Right? So that's the biggest piece of it. Nothing too earth-shattering. This one is kind of cool, though. Seller wanted to sell earlier, but waited or stalled because the home is worth less, right? Negative equity. Then the mortgage. First time and repeat. So we have a chunk of all sellers basically said, 91% said, no, sold home when they wanted to sell. Okay, that's basically what it is. Look, I'm selling even though I'm losing money. I wanted to sell. So if somebody is slightly upside down, it's not like, hey, let's wait till you have a little bit more equity. It's like, no, I want to sell 91% of the time. That's the average. If they're a repeat seller, it's 93% of the time. Okay, they're looking for something else. Mediums, how long do people stay in the home? This last year, 9 years. So in 2007, 2006, 2005, 6 years. What did people have back then? What kind of loans did they have in 2005? A lot of ARMs, right? They're adjusting. So we got out when we could. All right. Method used to sell? Well, fortunately, people in the South, 91%, average is 91%, used a broker. Seller used agent broker only. Sometimes they use something else. Seller first tried to sell themselves 1% of the time, realized, yikes. So maybe that FSBO is worth talking to, because it's not a very predominant amount, 1%, because then they used an agent. All right. Sales price compared with listing price by urgency. I have to sell, right? There's very urgent, I have to sell. Well, I would take 100% of the time I got 20, that happened 100% of the cost. I want 100,000, I got it 29% of the time. But if I'm desperate, I took 95%. I took 99 to 95,000. If I was really desperate, I took less than 90%. That happened only 9% of the time for the very urgent. That's interesting. So most of the time they're in the range already, but the very urgent, I have to sell, it's desperation, it only happened 9% of the time. All right, number of weeks recently sold home was on the market by region. Let's take the South here. Less than 1 week is 9%. 1 to 2 weeks, 34%, and 3 to 4 weeks, 13%. So the majority of homes are selling within the first 30 days. In 2018, this study ends October 15th. So if we looked at that today, right, those numbers are probably up. Incentives offered. What did these sellers say? I'm going to give you based on time. Well, first off, just overall, home warranty policy. Where's our home warranty policy, people? There you go. That's what people are giving away. For most, it was none. In the South, 60%, none. Home warranty policy, they offer 23%. Assistance with closing costs, another 17%. Credit towards remodeling or repairs, 8%. Other incentives, such as a car. Wow. There better be a BTSA for the agent if you're offering a car. Flat screen TV, etc., 4% of the time, right? 4% of the time. But for the most part, it was something that was relatively negligible, something you can get for $500, a home warranty policy. Okay, incentives offered to attract by number of weeks. Now I'm on the market for a while. What am I offering? So again, we go with none. Now, a week into it, that was 6% of the time. Less than a week, I'm offering home warranty 9% of the time. After 17 weeks, it's a lot more. It's 26% of the time. Here, it's a lot more common, right? But in other places, it's not necessarily as common. 9 to 16 weeks, it's 30% of the time. Then it drops down a little bit. But that's your biggest one. Assistance with closing costs, you can see it trails upward. So that 6 to 19 weeks is your highest point. It's 20% of the time. So those are your big ones. Predominantly, more than half the time, doesn't matter how long it's on the market, that seller is saying, I'm not going to do anything. That will change if the shift continues deeper. All right, satisfaction with the selling process. You'd hope there'd be 100%. Well, 64% were very satisfied. Very satisfied. And this is with an agent. 25% were somewhat satisfied. You got 8% saying they're dissatisfied somewhat, and then very dissatisfied 4% of the time. So that's something that needs to be addressed with some agents out there. None of ours. All right, chapter 7. Here's what they said about you guys, though. Yeah, just help me out. Method used to find real estate by first time or repeat seller. Method used to find real estate agent. Look what number 1 is. First time and repeat, it's referred by a friend. So if you're doing the Buffini style program, that's what works. And that number is not going to change. It's only going to get stronger. It's 39% on average, but for first time, 48% of the time. They want to trust someone else. They haven't done this before. They want to trust somebody. Used agent previously to buy or sell a home. That's half, 20% of the time. I used this person before. I'm using him again. Personal contact by agent, telephone, email, 4%. Look how much that drops. Those two are the secret sauce. Used agent previously. Well, I'm brand new in the business. Well, really start networking. Do that 33 touch program. Create a lot of METs. Go do your open houses and build that database. Every day, add 2 people to your database. If you don't, are you really working the business? Okay, 48%, half of the buyers. Now, number of agents. This is so telling. Number of agents, and it went up, contacted before assisting one to list the home. So you contact them. 75% of the time, it's just you, right? 13.2. They met with 3, and then this person's using 5 or more. He's just like saying, hey, what do you think my house is worth? But look at that, 75% of the time, they pick the first person who comes to the door. You just got to be that good that they take you. Is that telling, right? That's a pretty good one. Now, seller used same real estate agent for their home purchase by miles. So If you live less than 10 miles away, odds are pretty good they're going to use you to buy and sell, right? 16% of the time they didn't. This is the weird one. If you lived 500 miles away, they still wanted you. That's a good agent. Now, you may not want it. They live 500 miles away now to buy. 95% of the time, they did not use the same agent, which is probably good. But look at that. 10 to 20 miles out, 82, 83% of the time, they're using the same agent. That number should be pretty close to 100%. All right. Level of service provided. The agent listed the home on the MLS and performed few additional services. A limited set of services is requested by the seller, or a broad range. We're a broad range office, right? You get a ton of stuff. So, level of services provided, we can see in 2018, that jumped up to 84%. They want the full amount. That's why that went up from 82%. And that's what they're expecting from you. There's competitors coming to the market offering a ton of things. We have more than anybody, and that's what the client is looking for. So when someone comes in and says, hey, they'll list my home for $500, in general, those little cheapy places that will list it and put an MLS, that's only 9% of the market. You would think that number might be bigger. What sellers want most from their real estate agent, kind of important. Help seller market home to buyers. That's it. If you are a broad range company, if you're limited, if you just are MLS, 20% is that. Help price home competitively. Competitively, not high, competitively. That is 20%. So 40% right there. And help sell the home within a specific time frame. That's 60%, right? 60% of it is right there. Now, most important factor in choosing a real estate agent to sell the home by level of service provided by the agent. What is the most important factor in choosing? The number one thing they're looking for? A reputation. That is 33%. Now, a limited set of services, you're just going to do very little. It's only 18%, it's half. If you are offering everything, they want to make sure you have a great reputation. That's what matters. How do you have a great reputation? How do they know who you are? Google is a good one, right? Facebook. Honest and trustworthy. Doesn't that sound like reputation of agent? That represents 53% of the reason, and then agent is a friend or family member. Okay, but those two, 53%, are about who you are, not what you know, not your designations. We learned last week that they cared about that 1% of the time. Now, negotiating the commission. Take a look at how it really is. Negotiate the commission rate or fee with the real estate agent. Real estate agent initiated the discussion of compensation, right? They're the ones who are talking about the whole piece of this, including the negotiation. Look at this. Client did not know commission fees could be negotiated, 15% of the time. Client did not know commissions and fees could be negotiated, but they did not bring up the topic. So they did know, but they did not bring it up. They know I could go to John's real estate shop and get it for 5%, but I'm choosing not to. Maybe they want the level of service. Client brought up the topic and the real estate agent was unwilling or unable to negotiate their commission. That was only 6% of the time. And then client brought up the topic and the real estate agent was able and willing to negotiate. That's 1/5 of the time. That's 21%. For the most part, it's us bringing up the conversation. All right. Would seller use the real estate agent again? It's kind of important. You work pretty hard. Definitely, and by geography, let's go ahead and just say all sellers. 69% of the time, probably 17, probably not. 6%, definitely not. 7%, I'm not even sure. I might. 1%. 69% of the time, they said, I would use them again. 2 years ago, that was 64%. So that has gone up. Help me out. How many times did the seller recommend you? None, 35% of the time. 1 time, 16%. 2 times, 17%. 3 times, 11%. And 4 times, 21%. So that's your A's, right? We're doing Buffini. That's our A pluses, 21%. So we want to really focus on that whole side of the business, not rebuilding yourself all the time, but working by referral. I get plenty of people who say, I work by referral, but guess what? They get 2 or 3 deals a year. That's not working by referral. Like people who can sustain themselves by working by referral, that's what you should be building towards. Now, this is new. This will apply to anyone who has not closed $750,000 yet. Okay? Trek, not me. At a minimum, when a sales agent performs a real estate brokerage activity for the first time, the broker must require that the sales agent receive coaching, and assistance from an experienced license holder competent for that activity. We just said yesterday, if you have not done $750,000 in production, you need some level of coaching. Okay? Now, I said, let me go ahead and have skin in this game. And I talked with Chuck and a few other people. I will pay for it, okay, for those of you that haven't met the criteria, because Trek is requiring it. At other offices, the agent is paying. They got to have it. I'm going to cover it, provided, this is a big part, and you're hearing me now, you have to go to Chuck's productivity coaching twice a month. How many times do you offer that, Chuck, a month? During the day? That's your coach. But 8 times. You offer it 8 times a month, right? 4 times a week. But wait a minute, for those of you on camera that are maybe watching at your other job, and you have to do this during nighttime, he's also going to do it on Saturday and a night one. So you'll have that opportunity to meet that criteria. You just have to go twice a month to the productivity coaching, and every transaction you have until you've hit $750,000 in production has to be given to Chuck to review and to help you through it, because that's the intent of their new law. We're acting on it right away. We got it 2 days ago. So I said, let me do this. If it all works out, it'll be me cutting a check for about $330,000 a year instead of you guys having to do that. If you don't go to the coaching, the productivity coaching, and we're going to document everything, then you will pay that 5% on that deal. Not me. That makes sense, right? The intent is for you to get better, and we're going to help you, and they're now requiring it. You cannot sell real estate anymore. The broker cannot take you anymore if you are not coached in some way on the first level of business that you're doing. So a lease, a purchase, a listing, those are the 3 key categories. So we just said, let's make it a flat $750,000. I'll cover the cost. We'll explain it in more detail. We're tight. Pretty cool though, right? Good? Oh, give me more than that. It's hundreds of thousands of dollars. All right. Yeah, that's why I'm not coaching. I am too. All right. All right, the other side of the fence, balloon. You guys are getting calls. Let me show you reality. I'll do this from time to time. You should be getting calls from everybody because you guys are Keller Williams agents. You're the best trained agents. You should be getting called. Right now, Jonathan, wonderful guy, love him to death. He's called me 2 times. 2 times he's called me. I just left him on the phone. There you go. Well, that's a good sign. Anybody higher than 25? Okay, 25. You got it, Wanda. So what are they offering? They're saying we're going to have coaching, right? I'm saying we're going to have coaching too. Well, okay, it's $100 a month for coaching? Yes. All right, okay, but there's plenty of you that are still paying for coaching outside of the 750 range. Let's take a look at how they're doing. Let's look at reality. This isn't a knock. This is, hey, let's go transparent. I really could use your help. All right, so here's their office. Brokermetrics is the best tool in the world. These are their agents, and I'm going to blow it up, don't worry. I hope Jonathan's watching. So that we have plenty of agents that haven't sold anything. They have plenty of agents who haven't sold anything. But they have a large percentage of their agents that have gone backwards. Okay, since joining. This is since joining. Have they gone up or down? So blank, blah, and blah, I can't say their names, they're going down considerably, much more than are going up, but they're going to coach you. So just remember that when he's calling and calling and calling, he's doing a great job, but the value isn't necessarily there. And you can see it's down 77%, down 74%, down 66%. That's what they're offering, but they're not showing you. Did they show you that when they call you? No. They don't show you that. They don't say, hey, look at your computer. I'm sending you an email. They're not. All right, November awards. Quickly, help me out. You got to do this. I'll point at you. All right, company dollar last year, $409,000 for the month. That's what we used to pay the bills. This year, a little off, right? There's a shift, $377. But I have more staff to pay bills. Okay. This would be November. Contracts closed. So how much did we close? We did 100 million last year. This year, a little bit off with a few more units. So that means, yeah, price point went down just slightly, not much, about 2%. Next. Contracts written. How many are we writing? We did 91 million last, 95 this year. So we wrote more contracts in November. We'll probably see that in January, although we did have a little bit more fallout. Okay, next. Market center profit. What do we make after paying everything last year? Now this is where shift comes in. Big difference, right? 81,000, 48,000. There's blips. Craig's office makes $1.5 million a year, but they only made 22,000 last month. So we actually beat him with his 1,100 agents. But it does let you know it's a little tighter, right? No matter what, that's shift. And we have plenty of people going, well, it's not a shift. Yes, it is. Trust me. All right, next. Profit share. Where are we at for last month? 20,000 or 77,000 last year. This year for November, 44,000. Next. Year to date, 651 last year. This year, 624. So we are down a little. My goal for the year was 750. I'm going to be happy they hit 700, although that'll be tight. September cappers. Who brought in and closed it out for the September? Jennifer Barrett, Sabelle, Weston Gong, Brad Hermes, Michelle Hinton, Zofia Lombardi, Shannon Poindexter, Tina Schwartz, and Christina Segrostigo, Christina Tran, and Nidra Vela. Congratulations, cappers. Next. I'll do it. First name. December anniversaries: Linda, Jack, Mary, Mera Luna, Haley, Richard, Leanne, Tao, Janet, John, Courtney. That's 1 year. 2 years: Litza, Jeff, Vivian, Marlette, Luis, Khalil, Mariana, Vicky, Yachung. 3 years: Lisa, Jill, Gerard, Sissy, Wesley, Mark. 4 years: Edward, Alexander, Sal, Connie, Robert. 5 years: Wayne, Steve. 6 years: Patrick, Philip, Chris, Kishana, Basma. 7 years: Ryan, Ida, Mark. 8, Callie. Matt Stanley, 9 years. Melissa, 11. Yvonne, 12. Michael Knowles, 13. Olga, 16. And Lindy, 18 years. Wow, 18 years. Who knew? All right, let's take a look at who did what. Top individuals closed volume. Shannon Poindexter with 1.7. Kelly McLaughlin, 1.88. Paige Martin, just over 2 million. Jennifer Barrett, 2.1. And rounding it out, Jessica Moreno, 2.1. Yeah. 2 years ago at a party, she's like, I don't know if I like selling houses. That's pretty cool. Look where she is today. Top team closed volume. Diasana Group with 1.8. Textron Harrow with 2.2. And Oscar Fine Properties with 2.55. Very good. Top group closed volume, the Johnson team with 2.7 million. Yeah. Wendy Klein with 3.7 million. And Moving Houston team with 3.8 million. Congratulations. Top individual listing, Edith Diaz, 1.45. Michael Stavanoa, 1.7. Juniet with 1.7, just slightly edging him out by $12, or $2. Megan Cornelius, 1.89. And Laura Whittington with 3.8. Nice job, 3.8 million listings. Top team, Oscar Fine Properties with 525,000. Miles and Company with 858. And Why I Love Houston with just over $1 million. Okay. Yeah, top group listing. Moving Houston team, 1.25. Team Hunsaker with 1.37. And Lux Living with 1.9. Switch, yeah. All right, coaching awards, very dramatic and big. I don't know how you did that. Next. All right, so top close, these are agents that are in coaching. Lourdes with 458,000, yeah. Anna Milena with 585,000. And Chris Daugherty with 805,000, which is fantastic. Top listings, number 3, Jack Barfield with 329. Yep. Roger Ad, he wanted to be first in the phone book, 379,000. And Kike Cho with 384. Awesome job, Chuck, your people. First closings, Jack Winkler, Angelica Rivero, Cecilia Ramirez, Adam Martinez, and Kay Williams. Congratulations on your first closing. All right, November Fantastic Four. So who closed 4 transactions? Yolanda Balmaceda, Michael Burrell, Wendy Klein, Jody Asana, Bobby Donaldson, Murad Fiki, Oscar Hernandez, Michelle Hinton, Jonathan Johnson, Andrea Joseph, Ida Lopez, Paige Martin, Alex McCauley, Tao Win, Michael, how about Travis Nichols, Genevieve Rowland, Tina Schwartz, Ada Wang, and Angie Weber, Sharon Wright. Congratulations, you get to do something fun this month. Training. All right, showing agent program. If you want to get into the business, showing agent program, fantastic. December 11th, it's today, 3 o'clock to 4:30. If you want to use it because you want to have leverage, we need you to go to it as well so you understand how the process works. It's well worth the hour and a half, I promise you. Difficult Conversations presented by Lindy Zanovich. So the title company is coming out to do this at our memorial office. Maybe it's their memorial office. It's our memorial office. But you know what? We decided we don't want them here. It's canceled. I know it's canceled. So don't come to this, guys. This is one class. Next, teachable moment, quickly, because we still have Money Tree. Very quickly.
Betty, I got a new listing.
Awesome.
Tell me about it.
Well, it's a small 800-foot condo.
Okay.
Nice.
Is it a townhouse
Do you have
or is it
my-
a condo?
do you have my HR link?
Is it a townhouse or a condo?
Nope, it's not. It's a condo.
Okay. You're sure?
I'm pretty sure. I looked at the next door listing and they said they were a condo.
I got you. But let's go into tax rolls.
Okay, well, pretend it's here.
Okay.
And you know how the HCAD looks. So, yeah, here you go.
Okay, got it. So I see that it's common area and I see it's a unit, sounding like a condo.
Right.
And then go down and look where
the
it
graph.
says land
Yeah,
and there's zeros.
it says 0. Yeah.
Right. So it smells like a condo to me.
Good. So I got it right. I'm using the right contract. Now I got one already.
Have you called the HOA to kind of interview them? There's several
they're
questions.
mean. I don't want to call them.
I know, but you got to do it.
Okay.
So have you found out about financing? You know, is it FHA approved? Is it conventional? Is it?
You mean they
warranted?
have restrictions?
Yeah, that's right. The lender's going to have restrictions.
You mean there has to be like a certain percentage of lease versus owner occupied?
Absolutely. And you know what? Can you even lease the unit?
Well, I hope so. That's what the contract specifies.
Oh, so you have a contract that
Yes.
says that they're buying it as investment.
As investment, and they're going to lease it.
Got it. Do you know that some condominiums in their deed restrictions and their covenants
Important.
say either you can't rent the property or you can rent the property for only so many years?
I did not know that they could
or a
dictate whether you
percentage,
can rent it or
or a
not.
percentage. So I recommend that you call the HOA. Is that a plan?
Okay, I will.
Okay, got it.
Awesome. Hey.
Two big teachable moments on that I learned. Even though it says townhouse condo on HCAD, that doesn't tell you anything. You have to make sure that it's a condo. If it's a condo, you got to use the right contract. And the second thing is if you're going to rent it to an investor, you got to make sure that they can rent it. Condos can say, no, you can't rent it. Okay.
There you go. You guys, thank you. All right. Music. So if you had a listing, you got the Money Tree. If you didn't, I want to give you a taste of the Money Tree. All right. Where's my music? I have music. So Money Tree is when you get to come up and do what? All right. I got this from Genevieve Rowland, but it's it's throwing it all out at once. It's like it's constipated. All right. All right. That's working. I'm good. I did. I don't know, man. No,
There we
it's
go.
not.
It's right there. Now that's sticking out.
Let me see. Cindy, profit share. All right, let's give away some money. So for those of you that had a listing, you're going to be going for $100. First up, Abby Lynn, 1. Alicia Rodriguez, 1. Alexandra McCauley, 1. Alexandra Bland, 1. Anita Alvarado, 1. Brenda Hernandez, 1. Courtney Williams, 1. Daniel Scardino, 1. Holly Heath, 1. Ida Lopez, 1. John Caballero, 1. Joey Barnhill, 1. Kat Curtis, 1. Lauren Whittington, 1. Lee Smalley, 1. Linda Barr, 1. Melissa Hunsaker, 1. Michael Burrell, 1. Michelle Hinton, 1. Michael Finkelstein, 1. Murad Fiki, 1. Olga Dennison, 1. Olga Zena, 1. Bobby Donaldson, 1. Semyon Sharetsky, 1. Tisha Harris, 2. Tara Carrington, 1. Jakob Lipsky, 1. Yolanda Ames, 1. And Sophie Lombardi, 1. All right. What'd you get?
I don't know. Orange? 20.
20 bucks.
20.
Yep. All right. Flip it for me. Flip it for me. Hey. Flip. You guys, thank you. Come to the Christmas party. Merry Christmas, everybody. I know it's easier.
Hey, everybody, if you stick around, Chuck's going to have a panel discussion on how to get into productivity quickly. What's that?
With top producing agents.
With top producing agents. It's worth sticking around.